End of summer, sunny days, I'm bikeless. Supposedly, I should have a TRS today, which honestly... Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Danny Butler. Oh, hello, Geordie. Yeah, I'm here. No? No, I've been waiting ages for a TRS to review, in all fairness, on the channel, and I don't know what your messing around is. It's not like your lead times are long. Well, I'll do my best. I'm here. I'm ready for it. Oh, so you've got one at Camio MOTO? Okay, no worries. I'll go and get that one. I'm sure Rich will be able to help me out with the TRS and many other different types of bike brands. Yep, 250 TRS. Now don't go giving me a 1R. Give me the posh one. The 1R, that one. Cool. Thank you very much. Remember, Geordie, this is TrialTube. So this week we have a 250 TRS ONE RR. The RR stands for Raga Racing, but I'm not going to say that every time that we introduce the bike. I'm really excited about it. So far, since firing her up, I've learned a couple of things, if we're going to get straight into it. Number one, the fork angle is quite slack. I feel like the bike's really long. I know it's not, but that's the way it feels. And I've tipped the bars for a fair bit. Number two, I feel like I prefer the look of it when I'm not looking at it from afar. When riding it, I feel like it looks quite cool, and when looking at it from far away, I feel like it's a bit Honda Civic Type R. What I mean is, somebody's let a 10-year-old loose with the crayons. But it sounds good, it feels good. But there are a couple of things that we're going to talk about. But first, features. Here we are. So for the second to top model of TRS, what do you get for your money? Obviously the top model being the TRS Gold, which is pretty much this bike, but with some stickers on that say gold. So, off the bat, on the RR, you are getting a two-way Raga shock, titanium front pipe, lots of bits of the frame that are painted in red.
No.
Gold tech forks, which, I'm going to be honest, are a huge throwback for me, and I think they look stunning. CNC clamps, brake tech brakes, some components by the lovely people at Hebo, which is not only a long-standing trials brand who create very, very good quality stuff, but also a great name for a trials dog.
No.
So the sump guard itself is also quite thick, but also has teeth in it. That's right. So you've got halfway up the step, and only halfway, and then you've landed on the sump, and hopefully those little teeth, those little outcrops there on the sump plate are going to dig in and hold you up, which are important if you haven't got a minder with you. But please don't go riding alone, because nobody may ever find you if you crash. We also have high quality trials wheels there. We've got the Morad back wheel in there, which is now been taken away from many bikes, so that's a very high quality rear wheel. Dual mapping, but it's got a carburetor, so not sure about that. But there's some other features that I do really like. So another interesting feature, if you're somebody that likes your throttle feeling very positive and responsive, you can actually adjust the cable on the go. I know people are now thinking, well, I can adjust it anyway with a set of spanners, but this one adjusts with your fingers. So positive. Super easy access to the head bearings there as well, as you can see, nice and open. Oh, watch out, Camio MOTO sticker, and I like this bit. Whether it does anything or makes it feel better, well, it's just better for maintenance. I do feel like TRS have thought a great deal about the accessibility of getting into things. Now, something I will say about the TRS is it's very tidy around the engine, and you'll notice they've really put their stamp on things. When I say really put their stamp on things, what I actually mean is they've literally stamped every single component. TRS, TRS. I'm sure there's one on the top of there that says TRS, but it's okay. If it doesn't say it there, it says it there, TRS. Instant observations include the fact that all of the tank has sort of been sucked down and out of the way, which would be great if they didn't have this big tube sticking up, so you're not going to hit your private parts on that part, but don't worry, there's a tube there that'll just tap the end for you.
Oh, it's so fetch. What is fetch? Oh, it's like slang from England.
Also, I do feel like there's great lines in this bike. It's good looking. But I'm not entirely convinced that this hump in the back mudguard is going to allow it to be super flexible, because it's... Oh. Well, sort of. And I've seen them in indoor trials, very bendy, but here in the UK we've got... Oh, it's quite good downwards, isn't it, you know? It's good on flop, not too good when erect. But apart from that, I do like the look of it, and I do feel like all of the little nuts and bolts here are also quite accessible. But I've heard a rumour that the airbox can seal sometimes. Now, although I like lying down at venues, if anybody's seen me ride, what I will say is, let's get down right in the dirt, yeah. What I will say is, the linkage is super accessible. Look at all this space. You can get a spanner in there, no problems. I'm a spanner and I can get in there. Does this linkage does it look familiar to you? Because it looks about 1 mil different than another bike to me.
Okay, let's party.
Right, no messing around. Let's get it tested. Now, today we're going to step the section up a little bit, although I'm always a little bit careful because honestly, these bikes aren't mine. Today this bike's been loaned to us thanks to the lovely people at Camio MOTO. It's brand fire new, so I was told. I think that's like a British term for new. And I like to return the bikes in the same condition as I get them. So, you know, not scratched. And Bracken Rocks, it's not that kind of place. But I'm going to do my best. Section! Okay, girls and boys, 250. There's a couple of steps on the way into this new section that we're doing today here at Bracken Rocks. Remember, not my bike, rode it for about 10 minutes. So we'll see how it feels. Excuses, Daniel. First bit. Oh, feels good. Nice and planted. I'm gonna say I love the sound. Really does sound nice. Gearbox also feels like clockwork. This 250 really isn't lacking power. Here we go, next one. Now today I haven't really set the bike up as in brakes wise. I've just sort of got on it, which is bad practice, but I don't get along with these bad boys. So here we go. Climb into next step, into last big step, 250. And you know, honestly, it feels really nice. Nothing's necessarily annoying me yet, apart from the fact that the tick over is a bit low. So I suppose something's annoying me. Sounds good still. Here we go.
No.
Finding your way around Bracken Rocks is not easy. There's rocks everywhere. Now, first impressions, okay? Straight off the bat. That section is not as easy as it looks. If it looked easy, I'm good. If it looked really hard work and I'm panting, I'm not so good. Tell me in the comments, I'm sure you'll be as honest as ever. Now, I like it. I like it. But I'm going to be honest. Certain things I don't like, but we'll get around to them in a bit. Not only does this bike feel like you've got unlimited grip always, the smooth power delivery of the TRS allows you to put the power in at the opportune moment for you to have those moments. You know, those moments? To have confidence in the bike as you're pulling off. Now, I know it's a dry day essentially here at Bracken Rocks, but you'll notice there's a lot of green on the rocks. That's because it's well slippy. So I'm still giving it a good test. I don't feel like the 250 is underpowered. If anything, I feel like it's got a useful power. The kind of power that if you need a bit, you can have a bit, but if you want to put it in and deliver the power gently, then it'll come in nicely and it'll be your friend.
You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
It's light to move around, yet it feels long. That's the way I'm going to describe it. Now, I think that's down to the head angle, because like I say, the rake on the forks feels a little steeper than a new 2023 gas or a Vertigo Nitro, for instance, which feel a little more tucked and a little bit more flicky. But this, unlike the Sherco, which is super raked out, and you can feel that's made a difference to the sort of the height of the sump guard as it travels over obstacles, this is only a little bit, allowing to retain the height of the standover, shall we say, or the sump guard clearance. But at the same time, it has allowed the bike, as you just seen, as I went up that very small step, not small, that it just kept going. There was no bobbling, no moving. I like it. But everything has problems. So here we go. 3 good and 3 bad things about your TRS ONE RR. In a minute. Hello? Yeah, hiya, Geordie. No, I'm halfway through. Yeah. No, I'm just going to be honest and just say what I found. Yeah, I'll be nice. I'm always nice.
No.
No, it's not going to happen. Adam is not having a hoodie. All right, yeah, yours for tea. 6. Okay. Yeah, sausage and chips. All right. He's hung up. Good thing, number 1. When it comes down to the ride, the trials ride of the TRS ONE RR, TRS have not only got it right, they've absolutely smashed the ball out of the park. It is a joy to ride. It's nice, planted, feels good, you find grip everywhere, the power delivery is awesome, and why not, with a pedigree behind it like Adam Raga and Jordi Tavares at the helm, it was always going to feel good. But it surprised me as the first TRS on the channel just how good it does feel. Feels good, nice. Good point number 2 is about how well finished the bike is. Now, obviously for almost £7,000, it's not, it's just under, but I feel like the TRS is well finished. Every part looks like it's been thought through, even down to the sump plate that's got one etched into it, TRS on the casings there, TRS on every part, to be honest. It's got a premium feel. Even the standard TRS pegs feel good, and a lot of other bikes you have to change those pegs because they're rubbish for what comes on them. The gold forks, which, let's be honest, look amazing. But apart from that, I feel like, you know, buying a TRS is a premium product that feels good. And you know what? I'm going to say it's one of the only bikes, not all of them you don't really need to change parts, and obviously I've got a bit of a bling addiction, but this bike, I don't really think there's much to do unless you want to change your grips. Last but not least, there's something on this bike that I really like, just because of somebody who likes to keep their bike clean, and it may be something little, but I really like it. These little retained guards to cover the frame, which, you know, they don't dig in, they're quite grippy, they've got like a rubber feel to them, and I know it's only little and probably quite petty, and loads of people are telling me that that's not a good enough good point, but I like them, so I don't care. But these are really cool, obviously made to measure, fit well, retained by some nice thick elastic bands. Yeah, bad point, number one. Now, I like to give these bikes back to Rich in decent condition. That's Rich from Camio MOTO.
The normal customer will never see this. I'm treating you specially, Danny.
And the first bad point for the TRS has got to be this large section just here on the frame, which I have tried really hard today not to catch anything with the sump. And you know what? There's already a paint mark just there. So, although thick and strong, this part of the frame looks like it sticks out quite heavily. This part of the sump could do with being a little bit bigger maybe to cover this, but bad part number one is, well, you're just going to scratch your frame every time you ride it, and today I've been really careful, so for me to catch that already has not only annoyed me, but also shown that it sticks out like a sore thumb. Bad point number two. Now, this bike has been taken out of the box today. It's been out of the box for about 20 minutes before I actually got here. Obviously got PDI'd at Camio MOTO. And you'll notice that this wiring for the backlight is retained badly and is quite unsightly, to be honest. I do like the positioning of the backlight, but if you're going to do that, at least retain this with something better than something that they bought from IKEA. Yeah. Just so you know, there's some other bits of wiring that also seem to be a bit of a mess when you get it out of the box. So they've done all this hard work to create a quality product and then finished it off with, yeah, something they must have bought on Amazon for 3 for 2. Bad thing number three. As you can see, the chain tensioners are inbuilt into the swinging arm, and honestly, I don't really know why they've done this. If anything, it looks quite tidy, but these little adjusters here can get, well, shall we say, a little stiff if they're covered in mud and not easy to adjust and can seize up, which I saw at the weekend at another trial.
We go over to Liz's place, pole up, have a cup of tea, and wait for all this to blow over.
Thank you for watching TrialTube. As always, please like, share and subscribe. Mainly because I've noticed in my analytics that 30% of you subscribe, great human beings, winner, and 60% of you just basically watch my content and then bagger off. So, it doesn't cost you anything, honestly, it's completely free. You just click the little subscribe button and then the notifications bell, and it tells you when I make a video, which is going to be every 2 weeks on a Friday night. Just do it anyway, it just makes me feel good, you know? Coming up soon, we have the Busto. That's right, Vertigo's newest released bike to the public, the JBR, which we're going to have a night shoot. It's going to be a bit different, and we're going to put a lot of time into this video, so tune in for that one, because that's the next video up. We've squeezed the TRS in just simply because people were asking me about it, and I got the chance to get one, and hopefully Adam Ragger will leave me alone. Also, we've not forgot about you people that like something a little more classic. So we also have coming up a TY Pinky episode where we're going to dive deep into the pink pool of awesomeness that is the TY and its history. And honestly, we've also got one that we've rebuilt that's just sublime. And we're going to be doing a twin shock episode. And we've got a new project. Talking about projects, we also have the 315R video coming up after the Busto video. So stick around for that. Last but not least, look out for something called TrialTube Plus, which is coming out in a couple of weeks. Normal TrialTube isn't going to change. We're still going to have possibly what can only be described as the most lowbrow content in trials. That's still going to be with you, don't you worry. But we're also going to be releasing something that's going to help you out as well. So that's TrialTube Plus. Look out for that. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Like and share. But until then, I've got quite a bit of fuel left in the tank and not enough scratches on the bike. So I'm going to take this bike back to Camio Moto ruined. Just don't tell Rich, all right? Here we go. You're all mine for the next 20 minutes. I'm going to give you the best 3 seconds of your life. One old lady owner never raced, rallied or thrashed. Right. Oh, that's a dab. That's another dab. Come on, Toby Martin. He's going to do this a lot better than me, but there we go. Yes!
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like